Okay, the last thing I want to talk about that pertains to habits are habit chains. And habit chains you could look at as a routine, but it's actually a bunch of habits and routines put together is the way that I like to look at it. I like to think of each daily task as part of a dance routine that would be put together. So I think that's the easiest way for you to picture and look at it as steps in a routine. And each one of those would be part of our habit chain that we're putting together. So we talked about our habits before and how they were formed from cues, routines, and then the reward of those three. And what the habit chain would be multiples of those. So the example that I used before was when I used to work in retail, that I was always cued for my first daily habit based on the equipment that was there because it was the first thing I needed. So that was my cue, and getting that and getting prepared there led me to the next step, and it led me through the process of that routine for that habit. Once that was completed, that being done triggered my next cue, which would take me to my next sequence of habit in order to complete that. Once that sequence was done, I would move to the next one and continue that habit chain until I completed the totality of the tasks that I needed to complete. So, in an exercise aspect, you could think of, getting there would be a certain habit that you have to go through. And then once you get there, you have your warm up, maybe you have mobility, and then you go into your program. Each of those would have its own set of habits that are incorporated into it, all forming your habit chain that you want to be your major difference or your major change that you've incorporated. So, putting those small habits together allows you to form a bigger chain and get the big change that you're looking for. So if you're wanting to incorporate fitness in your lifestyle, if you're wanting to change your nutritional habit, if you're wanting to change a big portion of whatever your personal beliefs or values are, if you're wanting to make a drastic change in your life, then forming these habit chains is going to be the way to do that. You're going to start by forming the small habits that allow you to make minor changes, like we discussed, and then you're going to start taking those small habits and piecing them together until you get a chain of habits that's a consistent daily routine that you live by. And that's why, I don't think of fitness as a short-term thing and people want quick fixes, but when you go through the quick fixes, you don't have the ingrained habits that you need. You haven't formed the chains that you need in order to make it a lifestyle change. Fitness should be a lifestyle change. It should be something that you take with you, something that you continue to implement that keeps you healthy, functional, and happy throughout. And it should be things that you can impart to others and share the wisdom that you've gained from those experiences so that your family and your friends can benefit from them also. So let's try to make sure that we're putting these habits into place. Let's try to make sure that we're trying to grow, develop, do everything that we can in order to make sure that we're reaching our fitness goals. If you have any questions about habits, if you have any questions about nutrition, fitness, or anything that you want me to touch on, please reach out and I'll help you in any way that I can.